Dissent is the most despised word and phenomenon in Pakistan. To say precisely, it is prohibited. You risk getting doomed if you dissent against the government. Even a hint of opposition can land you in trouble. The establishment takes dissenters down no matter where on earth they are. Karima Baloch was their latest hunt. However, it hasn't been an easy getaway for Islamabad this time. The Balochs have stepped up their demonstrations and are asking the international community, including Canada, where the crime happened, to have an intensive inquiry and investigation. The chorus has resonated with political observers, and even they are calling her death a foul play.
Baloch grief and outrage is spreading rapidly across the countries. A number of Baloch activists held a demonstration in front of the Canadian High Commission in Paris to demand justice in the alleged murder of renowned activist Karima Baloch. They raised freedom slogans and asked for a thorough investigation into what has thus far been treated an unsuspicious death by Canadian police. Balochs say they want Ottawa to look deep into the issue, not only because Karima died in that country, but also because Pakistan is trying hard to erase the evidence and peddle a false narrative.
Justice! Justice! Needs to be investigated. The context of it has to be put into place. We need to look at all the threats. Hamal, Karima Baloch's husband, has been demanding from the police that the police should be giving more information than just saying that they concluded it as a suicide. That cannot be concluded so quickly.
Pakistan's dubious design of cracking down on Baloch dissent, or for that matter any dissent, involves arresting activists on trumped-up charges and subjecting them to inhuman torture in detention centers. They are imprisoned incommunicado for indefinite period of time. On most occasions, they never return to home. There have been over 50,000 cases of disappearances in Balochistan so far. The barbarity has only gained strength with time as the establishment-backed goons attack innocents with impunity. The regional parties have withdrawn their support from Imran Khan's government on the issue of disappearances, but Khan, who's accused of taking orders from army generals, has appeared least bothered. And now, the chapter of Karima Baloch, an overseas killing, has added a fresh component to their satanic plots to cleanse all those who expose Pakistan's deep-rooted bias for Balochs.
She was asking why the Baloch are deprived of our freedom, why the Baloch are not having our sovereign land, why our land is occupied by the Pakistani Islamic forces, why our land is occupied by an Islamic country. The occupation of Balochistan by Pakistan is against the will of the Baloch people. For that, she was raising her voice there at Balochistan, at Quetta University, at press clubs of Balochistan, at press clubs of Karachi, at press club of Islamabad. But she was threatened, and for life safety she came to Canada and she was living there as a refugee.
Karima wasn't the first or the last to have been targeted abroad. While Sajid Hussain, a journalist, was found dead in similar fashion in Sweden last year, only recently, Rahat Austin, a Pak-born lawyer, author and an activist who has been a vocal critique of Islamabad's human rights violations against the minorities, was attacked with knife.
I just personally report the incident of persecution, the constant and severe kind of persecution, apartheid, genocide, and systematic ethnic cleansing, which is government and this Muslim majority population is doing, like a religious obligation, like jihad against the non-Muslims. We were 23% when Pakistan was made about 70 years ago in 1947, but now we are just left 3%. We are, it's a systematic genocide, and because of controlled media and government policy to hide such atrocities, nobody just report that.
Islamabad's modus operandi has been to muzzle the voice of dissent permanently. It never pursued a legal or democratic process in any case to counter what the dissenters said. The truth is, it does not have an argument. While some say the country's leadership has been baffled by the everyday decline in its reputation owing to exposé done by the activists, others believe that it is China that is controlling and directing Pakistan's actions. It doesn't want to see a politically unstable Pakistan where it is investing over $65 billion. Some observers say that the genesis of an upped and systematic violence against Balochs of late is also associated with Chinese agenda in the region. It has been aggressively developing infrastructure on land of Balochs. The Baloch resistance has met with brute violence, disappearances and killings of activists inside and outside of what they call their sovereign territory.